Hey, what's up, my people, and welcome to the S285 Power Channel. And just first off, I want to give a big shout out to my man Orlando Perez. Check out his Instagram around there someplace. He gave me an opportunity to test drive a S281 Saleen. Always been a big fan of those cars. Never had a chance to actually test drive one, and so this is me just doing a quick little short test drive. So definitely go check out his Instagram page and support him and all that he's doing. He's definitely a S295 guy, even though he has like a million Fox bodies. But check out this quick video with me and my man Orlando.
Let's bring them on, ladies and gentlemen. Suave, let's get it. Eli on the track.
So Orlando was kind enough to let me do a write-up on this vehicle on my Instagram page, and it's kind of like a love story how he got this car. You want to tell the story, Orlando?
Yeah. So back before I even had my license, I think it was like sophomore or freshman year of high school. So this was like 04, 05-ish. I would see this car parked at like a mom and pop restaurant, and the car was always in the corner, kind of like to show it off or like to have it on display at the intersection. And the car, I mean, it was this car, but it looked really cheesy. Like it had like the all chrome like eBay projector headlights. It had like clear LED strips like glued on the front bumper. Just really a lot of tacky things on the car. The calipers, the brake pads, and the dust shields were painted like bright red. They didn't match anything on the car. And my friend's a Mustang guy. Like he loves, his dad had a New Edge since brand new. So like he loved these cars. I didn't really care for them back then.
Because you were Mr. Fox body.
Yeah. And so we would go to that like mom and pop restaurant just to grab like a shake or something and go look at the car. And we both thought the car was fake. Like we didn't know what a Saleen, well, he knew what a Saleen was. I didn't really know or care what it was. But the car to me just seemed like fake. I told him like, there's no way that thing's real. Like it looks too cheesy. And at the time the car was only what, 4 or 5 years old. Like it wasn't that old back then. But So at some point, the car just disappeared. We never saw it there again. And this was probably after high school. So fast forward a few years, I was maybe like 1 or 2 years out of high school. I had an 03 GT that I had nothing but bad luck with, and I had just put a motor in that car.
That's not the one that you said that was a clapped out one.
Yes,
okay.
that was. And after that car, I told myself I am never getting a new Edge again. And this car popped up for sale with a blown motor. I think the price on it was like $6 or $65, something like that, with a blown motor. And I remember my friend was trying to get me to buy it because I had just sold my car. I'm like, no, like I'm not buying another one of these. I'm not putting a motor in it. Like, it's not happening. And the car, it sold. It was on Craigslist. This was before Marketplace, I think, even existed, or Facebook even. But
when you say Craigslist, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on Craigslist. But anyway, so the car disappeared off Craigslist. Clearly, it sold to somebody. And a few years went by. So by this time, I had a Mach 1. I had another new Edge. So I was starting to like them again, or at least get the bad taste out of my mouth with them. So I popped up on Craigslist again. This time it was in Milwaukee. And it had the front bumper resprayed. It didn't have holes on it. It had the headlights that are on it now, like the 01 and up headlights, the stock ones. And there was nothing really cheesy about it anymore. But I'm like, I know that's it. Like, it can't be another car, because the description said it had a brand new motor installed and all the cheesy stuff was gone and it was just repainted, or at least the bad parts of the car were repainted.
Yeah.
So I messaged the guy, or whatever the Craigslist response was through email. I don't even remember.
Right. He had to email him through Craigslist.
Yeah. And I remember he got back to me, and I spoke to him on the phone, and I asked him, he was cool enough to give me the VIN number, and I ran the Carfax, and sure enough, it was registered when I remember seeing it in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's got to be the car. I'm like, I can't tell the guy, though, because then he's going to know I'm, like, attached to the car already.
Right.
So, like, at the time still, though, like, what he was asking for the car, I couldn't afford it. I mean, I was in and out. I was between schools and college, and I think I already had two Saleen. No, I just had my black Fox body Saleen.
Which you still have, right?
Yeah, that one, and I think I had I had two other Fox bodies, and one that I had just bought for the winter. So I told myself, if I can sell the beater Fox body before, ASAP, I would think about getting this. I listed that Fox body for sale. I sold it in 2 days, and that paid for this car. And I've put some money into it, just maintenance though.
Yeah.
Like wheel hubs, brakes. The AC compressor went out like a month ago. Regular maintenance items for a car that has just under 200,000 miles. I bought it with 156 or 157, I don't remember, 2 years ago, or less than 2 years ago. But I've road tripped the car everywhere. I drove it.
Yeah, you went to
I was at the Tail of the Dragon in March.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love driving it through there. I mean, the Tail of the Dragon, as much as everybody loves it, I will say that wasn't really my thing, because I feel like I was more on edge trying to not, hit anything or be more, paying attention. Yeah, but the actual drive there was awesome, and I was so excited. I had such a good time. I ended up driving. I almost made it to Florida. I was an hour away from Florida, but I did make it to the ocean. And right now I'm getting the car ready. Like earlier today, I was doing a few things on the car. I'm hoping to maybe make it to the West Coast at the end of the year.
Wow.
I have 2 weeks vacation that I have, and I want to drive this now to the Pacific Ocean, but we'll see. But no, the car's been awesome.
We just recently came back. Well, not recently, but we went to Fabulous Fords in California. I think that was in July.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the opportunity to cruise up the Pacific Coast Highway. So if you can, man, do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's by far my favorite road I've ever been on.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tail of the Dragon, Kim has been on the Tail of a Dragon many times with her motorcycle. We were down there for Ponies in the Smoky, but it was raining, so there was like really no point to go at that time. But definitely something I'm going to try to do 2022, Tail of the Dragon. So
yeah.
So you got this car, and you didn't turn it into a museum piece. You're driving it. It's your daily driver, and you're enjoying it.
Exactly. I mean, at the time I knew that the car wasn't. It's not that it's not original, but like it's not 100% original paint. The bumpers have been resprayed. The hood was blended when they resprayed that. The car's not. It's one of 6. It is a rare car, but it's rare for the wrong reasons, because it's not supercharged.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the heat extractor hood. The only two like add-ons from Saleen are the Saleen floor mats and the chrome wheels. And for the people that know like the Saleen wheels or the quality of them, they crack all the time. The chrome looks like trash, and that's how these are. I had one wheel, my passenger front had a hairline crack when I bought the car. I had it repaired, and that repair, it was repaired at a quality place, like a very well-known wheel and tire spot around here. And they did a great job for the first couple months that it lasted. It's cracked again in the same spot, along with like 3 other cracks on that wheel. So like the wheels need to be replaced. I'll probably end up getting silver ones because I love how the silver and the red looks. But I do have a set of like the OG like 18x9 silver FR500s, and I think those might make their way on the car. Okay. If not, I always wanted a new edge with RPF ones, so RPF ones might make their way on the car, but we'll see. Just that, and like the car was never, there's no reason to put the car in a bubble. Like I feel like it's meant to be driven. So.
Well, what about, you know, you talked about some of the exterior modifications, but what about motor-wise? Any plans on power adders?
Absolutely not. And even though I feel like it needs power, the car definitely needs power. But I love that, I mean, it still has the silencer on the airbox. Like everything is original and trouble-free. If something breaks down or if the car breaks down, I love that I can walk into any parts store and not be like, oh my god, I can't source this, I gotta go online or I gotta go on eBay to try and like, I love that this is so, I mean, I shouldn't say it is so similar to a GT. It's pretty much a bedazzled GT. Like that's the way I see it. So everything is so simple for this car.
I really appreciate like stock cars now. Yeah. Like since my wife has the GT convertible, going from, you know, my modified car with problems for days to this, where you just get in and it's not a problem getting parts, like you say. It's enjoyable. Yeah. It's less stressful. You know, you like I say, you're about to drive out to the West Coast in this thing. Like my turbo Mustang, I don't know what it would do trying to make it out there to the West Coast. Yeah. No, I will say though, I remember when I was younger, like I would be so happy about getting a Canon air filter for my car and doing a hot lap around the block to see if I noticed the difference. And now it's like I don't care about that. Now I will say, like, I don't care about gas mileage either. Like that doesn't interest me. I could care less about that. But I just want the car to be simple, practical, and work. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's a great story, man. Like I say, I really appreciate you giving me this time in this car. You know, even though it might not be the crown jewel of your collection, it's special to me. Like I said, I remember me and my dad used to look at these Saleens, and you know, now you gave me an opportunity to drive one, so it means a lot.
Well, you're very welcome. But like I said, you can drive this whenever. It's meant to be driven. So,
any social media or anything you want to throw out?
I have an Instagram. I post a lot of my cars and a lot of food. So if you like eating unhealthy, you'll see that on my Instagram. But yeah, it's Orlando_Perez and 2 underscores. But yeah, and I have a Facebook, but Facebook is pretty much the same thing. My cars and all the crappy food I eat. But yeah,
so definitely check him out. Check out the desserts that you post on. But hey, man, I really appreciate y'all time. Make sure you, I'm not going to subscriber bash you guys, like I always say. If you want to hang around and watch the videos, do so. If you want to subscribe. But tell a couple of people about the channel.